It's so simple. It's literally answering what are the activities that I need to do to make sure that I accomplish my goal? What will I see and how will I know that my goal is being met? And of course, for a revenue goal, you could easily say, oh, well, I'll have $100,000 in revenue. But I want you to think of it differently. I want you to think of it in the number of things that I need to sell or what I need to create in order to have that available for sale. Hi everyone, it's Tina with Picture It Personal Finance. This channel is all about helping people get their money life in order so that they can step away from work that they no longer love and pursue the calling that God has put on their heart. In particular for me, this meant leaving a corporate career that I had been in for 18 years to start my own business. And so many of the tips that I share on this channel are things that I've learned throughout my sort of 9-year journey of figuring out that I was trapped by my bad money decisions, cleaning that mess up, and then taking some big plays to eventually leave that corporate career behind and open up Picture It Personal Finance. Now, during my first year of owning Picture It Personal Finance, and I am just about to finish my first fiscal year as a business owner, even though I technically started my business in September of 2020. So I'm a little bit past a full year in business now, and I have learned so much. One of the things that I've learned is how to better understand how to set revenue goals, and so I wanted to share that with you all today. Now, to be honest, I've set revenue goals from the get-go. So my first year in business, I planned on hitting a revenue goal of $23,000, and I looked at it like my first full year in business. So that would be actually this year, 2021. Did I hit my goal of $23,000 in revenue? And the answer is yes, I did. I actually beat it by a little bit more than that. I have 27,000 in agreed upon sales, and I've booked 25,000. So that means I have 27,000 in invoices out and 25,000 in cash that has been paid to me this past year. When I set those goals, I had no real plan on how to achieve those goals, and that's really what this past year has been about. It has been about me learning marketing, learning how to talk to people about being a financial coach or how to be a business owner. You know, after spending so many years in a corporate culture, I really identified with who I was as a corporate employee and what my responsibilities were for that company. And now I've spent really the last year learning how to identify myself as a true business owner, not a new business owner or somebody who's figuring it out, which is some of the dismissive language that many of us use to describe ourselves when we are getting started. And I have really practiced in the last few months, especially stopping all language that says, I'm a new coach or I'm still learning how. We're all always learning how. I don't care if you've been at this for 10 years, you should still be learning how to do different aspects of your business because times and environments evolve. Now, that being said, one thing I really did have to learn in this past year was how to not just say what my goals are for the coming year, but how to map out a plan to get there. I think for many people, especially those of us in the coaching industry, when we first start our business, it's really just about talking about the business and getting comfortable doing that and not doing it in a cringy way. And yes, I had many cringy conversations this past year. I've since learned how to keep the personal and social conversations personal and social, and then introduce my offers and make offers to serve people in a way that's more seamless and integrated and not so salesy or graspy. And this is a major win for me. Since then, I guess I will kind of also say that in that first year, part of learning how to make sales was just, again, meeting people, telling them I'm a financial coach, and again, not a new financial coach or a new business owner, but just expressly stating I'm a financial coach, and then making offers to help them. And sometimes those offers were my actual services. Sometimes they were a freebie or a worksheet that I was happy to give them free of charge. Sometimes it was just to have a conversation with them, offer a consultation. It didn't always mean that I was going to offer something that I would get paid for, but ultimately the goal is to show the value that I offer as a financial coach and then get paid for it. But my 2022 revenue goal is $100,000. In my heart and in my soul and in my mind, I really believe that I'm a $100,000 financial coach, and I have every expectation to hit that goal in 2022. So how am I going to do that? I had a business coach, and I'll be candid with you guys. I fluctuated between saying my goal was going to be $50,000 and I was under the idea of like, I'll just double my income. Or if I wanted it to be 100,000, which is what I really want. And then I was thinking in my mind, I would keep that as a sort of stretch goal. But here's the thing. And this is what my business coach ultimately told me, was that if I shoot for the moon, I'll land in the stars, which I know is a bit cliche, but it's absolutely true. So even if I go for the 100,000 and I don't make it, I'm more than likely going to hit the $50,000 revenue goal. So that's point number one that I want to make, is set ambitious goals. There is nothing wrong with not hitting the goal your first try. Remember, failure only happens when you quit permanently. Otherwise, it's a learning experience. So get into the mindset of reminding yourself that failure is a learning experience, and it's short term, and it is a stepping stone to your greater accomplishments. And then the second point was, part of the reason I was comfortable with 52,000 was because I felt like I have a clear path to get there. My program costs around $2,200 if you pay in full. And I really believed, okay, that only requires me to sign 2 clients per month for the full year. And this feels achievable to me. I've been signing 1 to 3 clients a month. Some months I have nothing, but I really feel like this is changing the more I am comfortable with meeting people, telling them if I'm a financial coach, and making them offers to help them in some way. So 52,000 seemed like a realistic and achievable goal, and I was comfortable with that. My coach encouraged me to go beyond that and set a goal for 100,000 and figure out the path to do that. Oh my gosh, you guys, my dog, I need to let my dog in. 1 second. Sorry about that. She always finds the moment when I'm in the middle of talking with someone or recording a video to come to the door and ask to be let in. So she is in now. And going back to what I was saying, when I set the $100,000 goal, it made me uncomfortable because I didn't have a clear path for how I would make that money. I have since mapped out that path, and it is so much more simple and I guess cut and dry than what you might think it is, right? So it's like this. If I thought $52,000 or $50,000 was an easy annual revenue goal because I just need to sign 2 clients every month for the full year, I can expand that, right? If I sign 3 clients per month with my signature coaching program for the full year, that right there is going to be about $70,000. And I know that I have plans to create an online course and a downloadable document for those of you who are starting your business, where I explain everything that I did in my first year to get me to the point where I made $25,000 and set me in the mindset that I am a $100,000 coach and I will make that money in 2022. So knowing that I have these projects, at this point, I have really 3 offerings that I know will be available in 2022. One is already available, and that's my signature coaching one-on-one program. The next one will be that downloadable. That will be my, everything I've learned in my first year as a financial coach. And the last one will be my online course, which will probably be available in the second half of 2022. Now that I know what my offerings are, I need to set a price for each of those. I already have my price for the one-on-one coaching. I have some prices in mind for the online course and for the downloadable. So it's really simple at this point. It's literally, what is my offering? What is the price? What is my goal, like the number that I want to sell? And then what, that's a multiplier right there. Then you figure out, okay, what is the revenue I expect to get from that particular service offering? And you add up the 3 of those together. For me, it's 3 offerings, so it'll be 3 numbers that I ultimately add up. So let's say I want to have 36 one-on-one coaching clients. I want to sell 50 copies of my financial coach, first year as a financial coach downloadable, and I want to sell, 20 copies of my online course once it's available. I know that the downloadable is going to be between $50 and $60, or maybe $50 and $100, depending on how robust I make it. I know that the online course is probably going to be between $300 and $500, depending on how robust I make it. So with that information in mind, I can very easily figure out what I need to do in order to hit my revenue goals. And then I can create key performance indicators that will help me achieve those goals. And I think this language of key performance indicators can be very confusing to a lot of people. And it's so simple. It's literally answering what are the activities that I need to do to make sure that I accomplish my goal. What will I see and how will I know that my goal is being met? And of course, for a revenue goal, you could easily say, oh, well, I'll have $100,000 in revenue. But I want you to think of it differently. I want you to think of it in the number of things that I need to sell or what I need to create in order to have that available for sale. And hopefully that really highlights for you how simple it can be to set really big goals as long as you believe that you can accomplish the tasks that are necessary to accomplish that big goal. And I, for one, believe it's possible because you guys know and you know and you know that I believe that with a vision and a plan, you can change your life in dramatic and amazing ways. And I have every intention of leading by example. All right, guys, so that's what I've got for you today. But I want to also highlight that next video will be about a major play that I made in order to start my business. I think that when people have decided that they are done with their corporate career or when they are just done with the field that they're in and they're ready to start career 2 in their life, they need to make some really, really major decisions. And I am going to talk about a couple of those in my next video. And just as a teaser, I'll let you know that it's going to include how and why I paid off my mortgage and then how and why I moved from Colorado to Missouri. So stay tuned for that if that piques your interest, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.